Welcome to the video tutorial for topic 4, the Who Do You Say Jesus Is assignment. Now we are going to get started and we're going to have 3 different parts to this video series. So part 1, we're going to go over the assessment instructions clearly. And the rubric review. I'm going to review the rubric for you. And then part 2 is going to be the help aid template review and some concluding thoughts. But part 3, you're going to want to make sure you don't miss out on, because it's going to go over what is a commentary. What is a commentary? Now, I want you to note something before we start. Note that commentary does not mean your own personal commentary. It does not mean a Bible. It means something completely different. There are people who have researched the Bible for years and write scholarly material on it. So this is a commentary. It is a heavy commentary, but it's one of my favorites, and it's one that is offered to you. This is the Bible. So they are separate, and there are many different commentaries, and if you want to find more commentaries, please let me know. I have a great website for you to look over, but a commentary gives scholarly information on the Bible. Okay, so let's look at the assessment instructions. Okay, when you go to your Halo Learn classroom, you're going to scroll down and click on topic 4. When you click on topic 4, this is what is going to come up. The objectives, the assessments, the assignment here. So this is the assessment description. It says, in Mark 8:29, Jesus discussed with his disciples what people were saying about him. Jesus asked his disciples directly, "But who do you say that I am?" In this assignment, you will have the opportunity to demonstrate your understanding of who Christians claim Christ is, and to share your own belief about who Jesus is. Based on Mark 8:29, you're going to summarize and analyze the claims made about Jesus' identity and purpose. Follow the directions in the Who Do You Say Jesus Is document, so there are further directions, further instructions that are specific. In addition to the Bible, use a commentary from the topic resources. Now, this is hugely important. It has to be from the topic resources. I've said this many times that we have everything that you need here in Halo and the GCU library. We have links to, if you need to use a link outside of this, of the Halo Learn, it's right here, because we don't expect you to know where the scholarly sources are, even though some of you are at different parts of your journey at GCU. We've got everything that you need to find the scholarly sources, and so we've provided them for you. And this is the expectation. So here is one IVP Bible background commentary. Here's another one for Matthew. You can click on that later and I'll go over that again. And then here's one for Luke. Here's one for John. So there are 4 different options for you depending on which passages you use. Okay, so this one has Matthew, Luke, or John in it, and these ones are separate, Matthew, Luke, and John. So you can just look through one of those, and I'll circle back around to that momentarily. Okay, this says APA style is not required, but solid academic writing is expected. I want you to ignore this first part, because that just means, from a curriculum developer perspective, that it is not an essay. We still require APA style. That is still required, and it's mentioned in the rubric, and it's mentioned on in other places as well. But solid academic writing is expected. This does not mean I'm looking for perfection either. I want you to know that I want you to be honest and authentic in your writing. I want you to share what you are thinking, your thoughts, and your words. And I'm excited to read your assignment, because I know this assignment is a great place to process those types of things and interact with the material. Okay, this assignment uses a rubric, which we are going to go over. Review the rubric prior to beginning the assignment. Anytime you have an assignment, review the rubric. That is one way to be successful at GCU and in any college. Review the rubric before you do the assignment. You're going to become familiar with the expectations to complete the assignment successfully. You're required to submit this assignment through Lopeswrite, to Lopeswrite. You click submit once, and then the percentage of similarity comes up. Doesn't mean that it's plagiarism. It could mean a number of things, but you want to go back into your assignment and review it and update it and fix it before you click submit a second time. So the first time you click submit, you're going to review it, and if the percentage is high, you're going to want to go to the Padlet map and go to this little what is plagiarism question and look in here, Lopeswrite and plagiarism. So this is going to help you to go through a list of options, possibilities. Why do I have a high Lopeswrite score? So this shares that, and I'm not going to go over this with you, but this has some different options that you can kind of go over to see if that's what it is. And then let's go back to the assignment. So you know about that. I just wanted to throw that out to you. This is a templated document. Every assignment in this class has a template. Please use it. You can use the one here. This is a template, or the one here. And I ask that you, when you open it, that you write on the template itself. Do not save it as a PDF. If you currently don't have access to Microsoft Office, you do have access as a student to free Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. So make sure you are accessing that on the cloud. And if you didn't know about that, then ask your SSC or IT. They will help you find your information, your login information, and find that out. So you can type directly into the template. That's super important. All right, well, let's go on to the rubric. In part 2, we're going to talk about the different categories of the rubric. Okay, when you open up the rubric, you're going to notice that there are different parts of it. So let's look at part 1. There are 5 different scores. And so under the teaching of Jesus, this is really important here. If you want to get target, which is the full amount of points, you are going to respond insightfully and address the prompts about the teachings of Jesus with a deep understanding. That is important. So I want to see that you're interacting with the material and answering the prompts themselves and bringing insight into the answer. Number 2, responses include supporting explanation utilizing a commentary from topic resources. It is specifically asking for one of those commentaries that I pointed out on the side there for this assignment. This assignment is directly connected to you using the commentary, and again, not your commentary, but what the author of the commentary says. All right, from those topic resources, and not just any commentary that you want to use, but those specific commentaries. Now, the only way I know that you're utilizing the commentary is through in-text citations. I've said this many times, but you need to have proper in-text citations there. And I've given those examples to you in the help aid template and in the announcements, as well as in the Padlet map. So you have those available to you to use and make use of them. And if you have any questions, please feel free to run it by me and ask me. Okay, so that would be target. Acceptable responses clearly address the prompts about the teachings of Jesus with an above average understanding. Okay, responses include supporting explanation utilizing a commentary from topic resources. So again, I am looking for the commentary from the topic resources. I'm looking for supporting explanation and in-text citations. Now this one, I'm looking more for precision and insight. So those are the things, the differences. It's precision, insight, acceptable. I think the differences is formatting. If you want to have a precise, formatted, tight response, you're going to get target. If it's kind of there, but there's a few things that are kind of just part of the just extra stuff that isn't necessarily concise, because conciseness is also something that we learn in academics. So we clearly address the prompts with the commentary. And if you have an in-text citation that is incorrect, if you're using another source or whatever, and you're not using an in-text citation, then you'll probably get acceptable if it's not with every response. And I'll go over that again in the help aid template. You don't want to miss that part. Approaching. Okay, responses address the prompts about the teachings of Jesus with a basic understanding. So if you are answering the question, you're going to get approaching. If you're responding with minimal supporting explanation, maybe you've used something else. Maybe you've used the Bible. Maybe you've cited the Bible. Maybe you've cited the textbook. But that is not the biblical commentary. So I can't necessarily give you this or this, because it needs to be clear that you've used the supporting evidence from the topic resources, the commentary. Sorry. Can laugh about that. So, or commentary from the topic resources. So if I think that you have, but you didn't cite it and maybe you mentioned it, or if it's in the references, I'm going to put, well, I saw the commentary in the mention, but I didn't see the in-text citation, and I do see a reference, so maybe you're using it. Okay, and insufficient would be you answer it, maybe you didn't get the word count, you did not include supporting explanation, you did not include the topic resource commentary, so none of that there. Unsatisfactory is that you missed it, or you're talking about something completely different, which I've had students do that too. All right, so part 2, it is the same thing in part 2. So for part 1, you're going to want to respond with every question and make sure and maintain that you're utilizing that commentary and that I know that through that citation. It's going to be a different commentary for maybe part 1, a different commentary for part 2, because you're going to use different passages. All right, so it's the same thing here. Deep understanding, supporting explanation, utilizing a commentary. Same thing, same idea as above, or utilizes a commentary. Does not include supporting evidence or explanation. Unsatisfactory. Now, so the part 3, it is the same thing, but it is different. It's your personal beliefs about Jesus. So you're going to answer in regards to what you believe about Jesus. I'm not looking for a connection with the topic resources. I'm not looking for a connection with the commentary or even with the Bible. You can include supporting explanation here, but it needs to be relevant details. It's not asking for any specific book, textbook, topic overview. It would be nice if you brought that in, but it's not asking for it, so I'm not looking for it. I'm just looking for, did you respond? Did you get the word count? Did you answer the question in a very detailed manner, and you have a good understanding of where you're at? You don't have to believe in Jesus. I'm not grading you on your belief in Jesus. So it's the same idea. Supporting explanation with relevant details, minimal explanation, not an explanation of their personal beliefs, nothing. Okay, mechanics, spelling, capitalization, punctuation, grammar, language use, sentence structure, no mechanical errors, few mechanical errors, suitable language choice and sentence structure, occasional mechanical errors, language choice, frequent and repetitive mechanical errors. So if you're making mistakes all throughout your assignment, you're going to get insufficient. If there's so many that I cannot read it, you will get unsatisfactory. Formatting and documentation is going to be that I'm grading you on the specifics of the format. Now, when I'm looking in here, it's different because I'm not grading you on how you formatted your in-text citation. I am looking for a in-text citation so I can have that clarity, but I'm not looking necessarily at the formatting. Here I am. And that's why I say just try to give an in-text citation and don't worry about formatting because it is minor, the amounts that you're going to get. So if there are no errors in in-text citations and references, then you're going to get a target. If there are a few errors in one of them, then you're going to get acceptable. If there are errors in both and there needs to be some extra attention to it, you're going to get approaching. If either one of these is missing, if references are missing, if in-text citations are missing, you're going to get insufficient. If both of these are missing, you will get unsatisfactory. And I want you to look in the comments that I leave because I do make attachments. I give you examples to use. They might not be exactly the same citation, but they're examples of the type of citation that you're using. And there's going to be also, what I'm going to do here is I will leave a link to the Padlet to where you can access that example. And you can go to the announcements and look as well. So that is it for the currently for the rubric. Join us next time in the next video to go over the help aid template. See you there.